that out of my.
Yeah. Hello, Ugly Art Club friends and family and fans and members. We're glad to have you. This is our second podcast. Welcome to the second episode of Spilt Tea and Simply Candid with the Ugly Art Club founders. We are introducing you to January, February, March, April of 2026. I know. And the theme is for sale.
You don't
I
even
know.
know.
I know. I've got a list here of some thoughts and some little brain worms I've been having about this. I think it's very exciting. Have you guys been thinking about for sale at all?
Oh yes, immediately. It's well, everyone except for Kristen, who's showing up down here for my Zoom. Yeah, immediately. So my kind of process is as soon as I'm done, I go in our running list. So just so y'all know, you're getting the behind the scenes scoop. We have a list that has the month. And we pick it. So like, every 3 months is me, obviously they get to choose as well. And then so as soon as I'm through with whatever, since I go first, I immediately go into the spreadsheet and I look and I go, what the hell? What?
That was not me. I did not pick this one.
And I go like, was that me? Because we do it, a bit in advance. So yeah, like we've done the entire year. And when I saw that one, I was like, but yes, I've already been percolating and marinating on it. So I was kind of like, I'll be interested to see if like we're any similarities or not. And Kristen, obviously, how are you feeling about it, Kristen?
Wow. I like the rug is out from underneath me because I was thinking when I read that, I went, well, what the hell is she talking about? I went, what is that? What are we doing? I thought maybe for some bizarre reason we were gonna somehow sell it. The pod. I was very confused this morning. When I saw the message, I was like, okay, sounds good. I had
We'll
no
talk about it when it gets here.
Well, here it is. Here it is. It's right
wow.
on our corner, and this is cracking me up so bad that Kristen. So the message she's referring to is this morning. I sent a message to the group at like it was probably like 7:30 Central Time, and so I was like, "Hey, I knew I had work today, so I was like, hey, in our afternoon call, here's the things that I know we have on our agenda. If there's anything else that we need to add to it." Not a peep. Cricket. Cuckoo. Where is everyone? People look, heads popped up. They saw it. And here we are realizing that Kristen had no idea that for sale was in April. So Dee Dee, you've got the worms going. Our friend
Yeah.
Kristen, she's double checking me. Did you?
Yeah.
Look in here.
Yeah.
I did heart it, but I
It's
was still very confused.
I was gonna say, like, it's my round. Like, behind the scenes, along with that, like, the theme doesn't always match who's like in charge of or is the contact with the guest artist, but it's my month with the guest artist. So I like, I've known for months that For Sale was
Me
coming up
too.
because I've been dealing with the guest artist. I had no idea that Kristen, there was just like Saturn. She was like, it's like so far out. She's like, I got nothing. It's fine. I'll get there when I get there.
It'll be really interesting what you have to add to the conversation about
Yeah.
your thoughts on the prize.
Yeah, for real. For real. Well, Tiffany, why don't you start us off and then I'll go and maybe Kristen's brain will have produced something by then.
So, okay, so here's my thoughts. So, for sale, I was kind of contemplating either using like old, so I have like some old ephemera that is like actual bill of sale, for sale type thing, ledger paper where people have sold items is kind of like where my brain was going to. The other thing, and I know, hello, we have a special guest joining the podcast. Yeah, that'll be fine. Hey, this is real life, people. You know what I'm saying? You get the uncut, not this. You get to spill tea, and you get the uncut moment. So anyway, so the other thing I was contemplating was like, and I know Dee Dee recently purchased the vintage, cash register, right? So those like for sale number type things, and then the I was also thinking like newspapers like that have like maybe if you have like a catalog or for sale like
Classified.
yeah, that's the word. That's the word. Classified.
Mm.
That is where my immediate attention went to, very much like ephemera based
Yeah.
old whatever, because I have a lot of that, and I have ones really like, you know, those special bits that you're like hoarding. I have one that like I have been looking at, and I've been so we're gonna see, it might make
Okay.
it a difference. We'll see.
Yeah. That would
Hmm.
be really fun. It does make me think too, like bill heads, like they've got all
Yes.
the great graphics on them. I had a lot of similar ideas. Like price tags, numbers. We all really love numerals in our work, so it'd be a great time to introduce numbers. I was thinking like what about like besides for sale, if it was like found treasures or hand me downs, if we went like opposite, but at one point they may have been for sale.
Mhm.
And then I got really, really deep. Like, I was like, what if it's like, I know, big surprise, right? What if it's like your morals and your values and your soul? Like, how much do those cost?
Oh,
Like, I know,
Yeah.
right? Like, are they for sale? And if they are, like, what does your price tag look like?
mm.
Hmm. Damn.
I know.
And now I'm supposed to go? I
That's
didn't.
it's you.
Sheesh. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, after listening to you ladies, I would say what I thought of was the like a receipt book. Like they would sell something, they would write it out, and you'd get a copy, he'd get
Carbon
I'd get a
copies
copy.
of
There were always
those.
copies, you know what I mean? Like that would be super fun to figure out something like that. But
That would
yeah.
be good.
I have one of those too, and it says Smith, which I probably got it because it had Smith or something. And I actually got it in Canton, which I know a year ago, this last weekend, I think was like a year ago that we were at Canton. So that's probably fresh. But yeah, I like those receipt things. And then also, oh there,
Yeah.
That's a
yes.
good one.
That's Kurt's pad.
Yep, Kurt's pad.
Yeah.
You might have to bring that out and share some inspiration in the Facebook
Yeah.
group too, because that, and I like that you bring that up too, Kristen, because I was thinking, what was it? It was like this week, I feel like I went back and in my like in this top of the pile. Okay. I'm not sure if that resonates with your spirit. Okay. But mine, I have piles everywhere. And in the top of my pile was one of our projects. And I was like, I'm so focused on like moving forward for sale. We're done with what vessel and then misfits and like I'm just like okay, and then just to like sit back and like look through the other things, and I think, oh, I know what it was like finishing, because a lot of these projects, especially like I know this past prompt, which was misfits,
Mhm.
Vessel?
you did that really cool ass book, Dee Dee. And
Yeah.
like I feel like when we construct a book, we've done the project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
don't can go back and like fill it in or really work in there because you've got 282 books that you're working in or something like that. But I think that there is an opportunity here for us to like look back through our previous work and see like how for sale could like correlate to maybe even previous projects. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. I also think When I think for sale, I, especially in the last maybe like 5 to 10 years, like I've really been focusing on like where do I put my money as far as like social awareness and support. And so just like support small, right? Like that's a when it comes to for sale, like go to your local knit shop and pick their yarn, or go to the reuse store, or the thrift store, or things like that. So like shop small, keep local, and don't fill up the landfills.
Yeah.
Amen.
The other thing I was thinking too is I noticed, because I did my whole creative clearing and I still have some more creative clearing challenge that I did. And one of them that I could not throw away was with all of my upcycles, like the labels. And I'm pretty sure these were labels either off of sweaters or off of maybe jeans, but it made me think about, have you ever see something and like for whatever reason it just lives like rent free in your head, like at some point it'll just like swirl back by. Well, I believe it was Pinterest where I saw someone had constructed a bracelet, and it was all of the labels off of clothing that they had upcycled like that. So I could go completely off grid once again and like use those because I have them and again, one more way that we could give back to not filling the landfill with all of the things. Consumerism is real and live, and we all like things, whether it's new art
Yeah.
supplies or whether it's the latest trends when it comes to fashion. There's so many things. So I think that we could go like a lot of ways and a lot of different um fun things that we can do this month. So I'm kind of excited. And Kristen, how are you feeling now that you know that that's
Well, I was so hyper focused because I know we're recording ahead of time, but it's my weekend coming up. So I've been all the things vessel have been
Same.
all the things making sure. So I haven't even thought about whatever the next month is. So I gotta get my
Clearly.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, stay on focus here. Finish
I
the
know. So we should point that out. I'm pretty sure we said something last time, but like this is Candid. We're here, and like we don't usually do this. We love this idea of having like a conversation and getting the ideas flowing. But again, all of this mentioned here may not even make it into our projects.
agreed.
because we still
Agreed.
have 4 Sundays before I have to go. I've counted them up.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. So,
Like you'll see this on the first, but we're doing it on the 13th before. So
yeah, and there was 5 Sundays in March, which means
yeah.
I didn't have to actually go at the very first,
Yeah.
which worked out really well. But yeah, I think that we got a lot of things. And one question I had, just a little off topic, but not really. So I brought up Pinterest, and if you don't know, you can go follow us at the Ugly Art Club on Pinterest. We do have boards out there. You can find inspiration, things like that. But I wonder how, I was recently asked this at a workshop I was teaching, and I think it's twofold. I do really enjoy inspiration, such as, but not limited to, like Pinterest or Instagram or things like that, feeds that we're part of on Facebook, whatever. But I also think it's kind of twofold in like trying to keep my authentic voice of myself and not get too, I'm going to use the word diluted from all the other noise and like inspiration around. And I just kind of wanted to open that up for a conversation really quick as we close this out. But like, how do you feel? Do you have a feeling about that? Is that something that you've noticed in your own work?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
Uh, it's super important to almost kind of insulate like it's one thing to go and look and whatever, but at the end of the day, I do think it's really important to basically come up with, hopefully, my own ideas and some sort of blend of maybe different things that I've seen and putting things together a different way, but most definitely uh, insulated, I would say.
I think insulated and blended and true authentic self is like they're very great terms, and they have a lot of power and a lot of meaning. I love being inspired by the people that I love, by artists that I work with, that I communicate with. Tiff and Kristen, top of the list. Like, I love picking up tips and tidbits and tricks from both of you, as well as I know we all still take classes. We teach lots and we really love it. And I learn from students, but I also love to learn from other artists. And so, taking classes, using Pinterest, dialing into a monthly subscription club, I think as long as you take from it the parts that inspire you and then practice and experiment to make them your own, right? It's not about regurgitation. It's not about me looking like KP or me looking like Tiff, but being inspired by how they hold their pencil, or, maybe it's a substrate that I want to experiment and play with. But yeah, like experimenting and turning it into your own, adding it to your tool belt and mixing it with all the other things that you already do, very important when you're picking up inspiration from other folks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
would also say, like, I think that with that, it also takes being still in your own space, you know? And so, I don't know, that was just something that's been on my mind recently after, I was asked that question. I was like, I'm inspired by so many people, but I also have to be mindful, right? And want to deliver it in my own voice and whatever that way that is. And I also am very easily overwhelmed. And like, there's just, I feel like in our current culture and like everything, we have data, so much data. It's like almost drinking out of a fire hose sometimes. It's like almost too much. So I've just been trying to be intentional with my scrolling time. And so if you're watching this, you're like, Tiffany hasn't come by my Instagram in a while. It is not personal, I assure you. I just feel a lot of overwhelm with the amount of inspiration and data that we have readily available at our fingertips. And so just be intentional, and with our club, we only do one very short 20 minutes or less, lesson technique something, which I think is really realistic, because who has like 2 hours just to camp out? I mean, I love that for you if that's your life. That personally isn't something that I can connect with. So I think that that's kind of the beauty of our teaching styles too, is that we try to make sure that we're mindful that the world is busy and you have stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That was just on my mind today. So I love these chats.
Me too. They take us unexpected places. And just like one last little caveat, I think especially with the things that the two of you had said, like you have to know your own voice and you have to make more art to figure out what your voice looks like. And if you need help doing that, let us help you. We definitely have plenty of inspiration.
Yep. And which also brings me to, we will be doing open enrollment, I think like in May, right?
I think so, yeah. And then
Yeah.
in July, it's our 7-minute challenge.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that would
we've
be
got
fun.
we've got lots of stuff to inspire you. So go check out our Pinterest. Know that we also have a Facebook page. If you're currently a member already, make sure that you're in our members only Facebook page as well. And then you got us on Instagram as well. So we love chatting with y'all, letting you see a little bit about behind the scenes, including but not limited to the fact that Kristen had no idea what next was.
She thought we were successful enough to sell this baby already.
I'm
That's
like,
saying something.
doing? What are we talking about here? Oh, goodness.
We're putting our podcast up for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, with that, I think we're going to close it. Thank y'all so much.
Bye.